So, Nachiket, are you ready for the interview?
Yes, Ankit. Hi. I'm pretty ready right now. Yeah.
So, how confident you are? If you have to scale yourself on SQL, how much you will scale out of 5?
Uh, Somewhere around say 3.5 to 4. I wouldn't like to rate myself that high, but yeah.
Okay, great. 4 is good. So, let me ask some good questions then.
Sure.
Can you share your screen quickly and open your
Yes.
Excel? Excel, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Just a moment. Okay.
Yeah,
Let me know if you're able to see.
yeah, I can see. So
Okay.
let's say you have a iPhone data set because iPhone 15 is in news nowadays.
Hmm.
And you have two columns, let's say, right? User ID and iPhone model. That's great. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So you have user ID, let's say user ID 1, iPhone model, let's say iPhone 11, right?
Hmm.
And similarly, so one user can buy more than one iPhone model, right? Let's say user ID 1 has bought iPhone 15 as well. User ID 1 only, right?
Okay.
No, 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 no. They will be in two separate rows. They will be in two
Okay.
separate rows. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah. So you have iPhone 15, right?
Hmm.
And now maybe user 2 has bought only iPhone 15. Okay.
Okay.
So I want a query. Okay. I want to
Hmm.
analyze how many users have bought iPhone 15 only, which means they have not bought any phone in the past of iPhone, right?
Okay.
There will be some users who have bought iPhone 11 and they are buying iPhone 15 now. Some would have bought some other models. I want users who have bought their iPhone phone for the first time, and that is model iPhone 15, right?
Okay.
For this data, one will not qualify, but two will qualify, right?
Hmm. Right.
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 So can you write a SQL for that? Maybe you can use Excel or Notepad, whatever you are comfortable with.
Sure. Absolutely. So, Ankit, one query before moving. Is there any particular date from which I can define, like which was bought first?
No, so iPhone 15 is your latest model, right?
Okay.
Doesn't
So,
matter when you bought, right?
mhm. Okay. Oh, sure. So, if this is to be considered as a phone stable, let's say,
Mhm.
and yeah, so this is phone stable. So, and we want the user IDs who have bought iPhone 11. So we can say, Ankit, I'll write it in a different format. There are very generic formats also out there, but would like to try some, different way of expressing the query.
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead.
So then, okay. So this would particularly give us a count, or I would say it would turn it into a flag
Mhm.
count, if I have to say. Okay.
Mhm.
Wherein we would be able to know all the users who have bought iPhone 15 and their flag would be termed as one. Like
Okay.
user ID one will also have one over here. If I have
Mhm.
to, give a column, so this will also be a one, and
Mhm.
this will also be another one. Okay.
Okay.
Now
Okay.
the question is, like if I have to find only a user who has bought iPhone 15 the first time, right?
Yeah. iPhone
So
15 only. Yeah.
iPhone 15 only. So we could say that there should not be any prior iPhone 11. So what we can do is that we can take a count of these entire, okay,
Mhm.
and I can do it as over. I'm using a window function, partition by and user ID. So once I do that, I get to know only those user counts who have bought iPhone 15 and the number of times they have bought. Now, the question over here is that if there's an iPhone 11 which has been mentioned in the model, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there could be a case if I do a count of it, I will get like one over here and one over here, the same thing, right?
Right.
And zero over for here as
Mm-hmm.
it is.
Right.
But to specifically identify, I would need to take a count of the entire iPhone models also at the same time, right?
Okay. Okay.
So if I take a count of iPhone underscore model,
Mm-hmm.
and I will do the same thing. I will take partition. I will use the window function partition by user underscore ID
Mm-hmm.
as total CNT.
Okay.
So using this, I will get to know like how many total number of iPhones have been bought by each user, right?
Okay.
So in this case, it will be two, it will be two, and this will be again one, right?
Okay. Okay.
So if I do this, this column will represent as total count.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just paste it for the user understanding. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now from this, I can further derive that user number two is the first one who has bought iPhone 15. So no other flag will be allowed over there. And
Mm-hmm.
he has a total number of count, which is also equal to one.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, if I take this into a CT, like with CT as, oh, I wrote it CT. Yeah. So we want only the user IDs, underscore ID,
Mm-hmm.
where okay, so count is over here. Yeah.
Okay.
Where flag count equal to total number of counts. So this will give me further those only user IDs who have bought iPhone 15. Now
Okay.
there could be another case like if I have to see it, in a realistic way, there could be a user ID 2 who has bought iPhone 15 a second time, right? That could also be a case. But
Okay.
in that, we will still be able to identify like he has bought total number of count. In that case, it will become 2, and this will still remain 1. So in that case also it passes that it identifies user number 2 is the only one who has bought iPhone 15 no matter how many number of times, but no other prior iPhone model has been bought by him.
No, in
So
that case also flag will be two, right? Because he has bought iPhone 15 two times, and
yeah,
in your
yes,
flag you are saying two. So,
right.
right. But that's
So
fine. That's fine. That's
okay,
fine. So it is okay. But my question is this: do we see what happens when we learn these window functions? We generally tend to solve everything using window functions.
yeah, right,
So can you solve it without window functions? Like it is a very straightforward thing, right? You have only
yes,
user,
yes,
your granularity is user ID only, right? So can we solve it without using window
yes,
functions? I
yes.
don't think there is a need of window functions here, and straightforward it
Okay.
can be solved. Just think about
Right. So let me try it. Select from phone stable if I have to take
it.
as it is, and we want the user ID. So in this case, if we have used a select in that, so we would need to the
Mm-hmm.
group by, and this would be the user ID.
Mm-hmm.
And in the having, I could say we want the count of iPhone model
Mm-hmm.
equal to 1. But if we want the iPhone model equal to 1, it needs to be defined like which iPhone model we are talking about. So in this case, it will be a where clause when I will be putting iPhone model equal to i15.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe this too will give us a desired output.
No, this
You
will
can
give
let
you
me know
user
in
one
the
as well, right? This will give you because you filtered on iPhone
right.
15, right? It will give you user one also. This will not give the
Yes.
right answer.
Okay.
Yeah, think
Okay.
about it. The
So
moment
then
you
if
put
we want,
filter,
yeah,
I'll tell you, the moment you put filter, you lose the information that user has bought something else as well, right? And the moment you
right,
lose the information, you can't answer this question.
right.
You have to think about it when to put where clause, right? Here you cannot put where clause because you need that information that user has bought something else as well, right?
Right. Right.
So definitely not. Where clause will not work here. You can just comment it out or remove it. Definitely.
Okay.
Think
So now
about
in,
something else. Yeah.
yeah. Mm,
So in having, you have put one condition. You can put multiple conditions in having, isn't it?
uh, yeah. So it can also be, I believe, and uh,
You can do a similar thing, right? Where you have put flag count equal to total count. Similar thing you can do here using in a having clause. Because if you see both are aggregated column, your flag count and total count, isn't
okay. Yes, 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 absolutely right. So this particular statement of the count for case when can also be used in the having clause, right?
right? Exactly.
Okay. Only the over part and the window function entirely would not work. So in that case, equal to one.
Yeah, you
Is
are
this
already in group by user ID. So you don't have to
Mhm.
do over partition by, right?
Over partition? Right.
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 No, again, this is wrong. You are saying equal to one. This is this is a similar way of saying you are
Mhm.
putting a filter and then equal to one, right? You can just
Right.
simply say count case one equal to count of iPhone model. The same thing that you have done above, flag count equal to total count. So here
Okay.
you can say equal to count of
Hmm.
instead of equal to one in your having clause,
Hmm.
just
Okay. Yeah.
remove that's it. That will give you, right?
Right. Right.
Usual one. Let's remove the line number 8 in the Excel. Let's keep it
Hmm.
clear so that we understand.
Okay. Sure.
Right? Now go back to your solution. Yeah. If you see here, count of iPhone model will be 2 for user 1. Right?
Right. Right.
Right? And
Right.
count of I-15, this will give you 1 for user 1. Right? So this
Yes.
he will not qualify.
Yeah.
Right? But user 2 will qualify because count is also 1 and after filtering also it is 1. So it will match. So it is
Right.
just replica of your first query only, right? It is just instead of driving column in CT, then putting filter in where clause, we have put the
Hmm.
condition in having clause itself, right?
Right. Right. So,
Right?
Ankit, is it safe to say that having the use of having sometimes saves a CT if
Right.
written in a very fashionable way?
Definitely.
Or
If you are doing some filtration on aggregated values, you should
hmm.
look for having clause, right? I
Right.
mean, in first solution as well, you don't have to do over partition by. You can just simply say group by,
Group by.
right?
Yeah.
Right? If you remove, just remove over partition by from both the places.
Yeah. Just a minute.
Just keep the count. No, you take full query. Full query you take. Full
Okay, I'll
query.
take the full query. Yeah.
Yeah, take the full query.
Okay.
Right? Now remove from over. Over condition is removed from both the statement.
Hmm.
Everything else you can keep. Yeah. Here also remove the over and just add group by user ID. And in the
Yeah.
select also keep user ID.
User ID only. Right.
Right? That's all. Right? Why you have to use window function? Right?
Right. Right.
Right. Okay, great. Let's move on to the next question, Nachiket. So let's
Hmm.
create one more user in your table, user ID 3. Go back to the
Okay.
Excel
Hmm.
3 and one more 3.
Okay.
Okay, so he bought, let's say, iPhone 12 and iPhone 15.
12 and iPhone 15. Yeah.
Okay, now my question is, I want to know which users have upgraded from iPhone 12 to iPhone 15.
Okay.
So they
Yeah.
should not have bought anything else. They should have bought
Hmm.
iPhone 12 and 15 only, basically. Right?
Oh.
I want
Yeah.
to know users who have. So in this case, again, user ID 1 will not come because he upgraded from 11 to 15.
Right.
The second one is buying for the first time iPhone 15. Now, I
Yeah.
users who are upgrading from iPhone 12 to iPhone 15, right? So user
Hmm.
ID 3 will qualify.
Yeah.
Think about
Absolutely.
it. Take your time, right?
Hmm. Okay. So, one quick question, Ankit. Can we do a filtration if we are performing, an advancement from one model to another, and we are searching only those user IDs? So, can we do filtration there itself?
Uh, Filtration on what?
Okay. The question is like somebody has bought iPhone 12 and has bought iPhone 11, and then again has bought iPhone 15.
Hmm.
So that in that case also the user 3 qualifies that he has upgraded from 12 to 15 at the
Right,
end, right?
right, right, right.
Okay.
He can buy other phones as well, right? But
Mm-hmm.
should have bought iPhone 12 at least. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So,
Or let's make this question, okay, that he
mhm.
has got only 12 and 15,
Okay. He has bought only 12 and 15.
not no other phone.
No other phones.
Okay.
Mhm. So we will take a select from phones table, and hmm, I believe the same query that we have used earlier. So
Mm-hmm.
this one, if I take it
Mm-hmm.
and remove the where condition,
Hmm.
having iPhone models, and this will be. I can write another when clause, I guess. When model, and this will become 12 in the first instance.
Mm-hmm.
So and this will be the one and else 0. So this will particularly check the count will be 2, and it will also only count those models who has bought iPhone 12 first, and will take iPhone model 1 I15, and then it will also put 1 and then take a summation of count and it will give it over here. So this will particularly filter out the user IDs 3 only in this case.
So count of iPhone model will be 2 for user ID 1 and 3 both, right? And for user ID 2, this will be 1. This is fine. Now you're saying count case when
Hmm.
iPhone model is either I12 or I15, then 1, right?
Right.
Else 0.
Yeah.
But if you see, let's take one more for iPhone. Um, yeah, this is right. But the problem is, if you see for user ID 1, the count will still be 2, right?
Hmm. Right. But in this particular case, Ankit, even if this will give him 2 for the user ID 1,
Hmm.
this would not suffice as 2 for the user ID 1 because
It
he
will
has
be
iPhone
2
12.
only, right? It will be 2 for user ID 1 also. Think about it. You are doing a small mistake in the case 1 statement.
Okay.
So you are doing a count. In the
Yes.
count, 1 will also be counted, 0 will also be counted, right?
So I need to do a sum in this.
Yeah. Either you can do sum or in the else you can put null, right? So null
Oh,
will not be counted,
okay.
right? Right? Okay, great. This is fine. I got it. Either you can do sum or
Hmm.
count. That is fine. Now what I want is I want I want to do total number of users who are buying I15 for the first time, like we solved in the first question, right?
Hmm.
And total number of users who are upgrading from any phone, right? Basically, they are not buying iPhone 15 for the first time, right?
Hmm.
So I want just two columns in the output. For this data, the output will be 1, comma 2, because there is one user who is buying iPhone 15 for the
Hmm.
first time, right? And but
Right.
there are two users who are upgrading to iPhone 15, right?
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
output, there will be two columns and the output will be 1 and 2. That's it. Got it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I got it. I got it.
Great. Yeah, take your time. Okay, whoever watching the video, you can also think about the questions and put your answers in the comment section. Yeah, go ahead, Nachiket. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Uh, so, okay. One way that I can simply put is I can use cities. and put these two queries as it is that we have solved earlier. So, okay. So just for the brief moment, this will give us the very first condition, which is suffices that, a user ID one, and another CTE has, and this would give us the second 1 comma 2. But in this case now I have to write it in a this way.
So this
So
one
now,
was from iPhone 12 to iPhone 15. Now we are talking about upgradation from any phone to 15, right? So there's a
oh
little bit of difference.
yeah, okay. So hmm, upgradation from any model. So it
Yeah.
should not. Okay. So can we do? Okay. So let me just first solve the upgradation one from any model.
Okay. Then you can combine. Okay, fine.
So if I do this not equal to 15, so in this case it will count all those iPhones model which qualify, like
Mhm.
anything apart from 15, as well as the ones that have been counted as 15 in the latest one. So will this work?
No, this will give you everything, right?
Yeah, but it would again give us where only iPhone 15 is there, if you see, right,
Mm-hmm.
Ankit? And it will also consider iPhone 11, iPhone 12, and
You are
it will
driving
also.
the users who are upgrading from some other phone to iPhone 15, right? Now you
Hmm,
are saying iPhone model not equal to i15, then
hmm,
one. When iPhone model equal to i15, then also one. So this
yeah.
will be one always, right?
Right,
So
right,
this
right, right.
baseline condition doesn't make sense, right? It is
Hmm,
one for everything, right?
yeah.
You are saying not equal to i15, then also one, equal to i15, then also
Then
one.
also one. Yeah,
Doesn't make any sense.
right. So, okay. Okay, so this first one is fine. If I have to, okay, case 150, remove this, and
So basically, the thing is, the user
hmm,
should buy iPhone 15. You have to,
hmm,
check that. But user should also buy something else as well. That is the thing,
okay,
right?
yeah,
So
right,
you can get a count with iPhone 15 and a count without iPhone 15. Both should be greater than or equal to one, right?
oh,
Count with iPhone 15 and count without iPhone 15, and both should be greater than one. If we do that,
okay,
we will get it, right?
yeah.
Guess what?
So
iPhone 15 and something else as well.
then equal to one,
Hmm.
and same thing would be this way, right? And over here it will be
Not
uh,
equal
not equal
to
to.
iPhone 15, right?
Okay.
Right now, look at the user ID 2. So user ID
Hmm.
2, let's look at how it works, right? For user ID 2, it
Hmm.
will be greater equal to 1, iPhone 15 model, right?
Hmm.
But if it is not equal to 15, right? Then it will
Hmm.
not be 1. So user ID 2 will not qualify at all,
Yeah. Right.
right? User ID 1 and 3 will qualify because for them, the first condition will satisfy and the second one also
Yeah.
will satisfy, right?
Yeah. Right.
Right? Now, how
Right.
do you combine this? So you have
Okay.
two details, right?
Yeah. So one way that I know is that selection from city as C,
Hmm.
and I can do a simple join city one as C1
Hmm.
and on one equal to one. So in this case, it will give me user ID. I'll put it as user ID city.
We
Okay.
want count of users, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
this will be count.
Okay. You are saying count. Okay.
Count as user ID cnt one,
Hmm.
and over here also it will be count. So
Okay.
count of as user ID cnt2.
Hmm.
I'll just simply put them in aliases. And in this case, I will put this as over here
Hmm.
and this over here.
Okay. This is fine. I think this will give you result. But I think this can be simplified a lot. You have created two cities, then you are joining.
Hmm.
I
Okay.
would say we can just do it with one select and group by. And in that select, we can write case vents and do. Just try it out. I have given you enough hint.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
You don't need two
So,
cities, joins, nothing. A
okay.
simple select with group by will do the.
Hmm. Okay, sure. So let me try it again. So in that case, I believe this entire count, whatever we have done in two cities, will come into a case when statement, right?
Yes,
Okay. So this one. Okay. So this will be the first one. I click. Then one. And this having conditions will come in another case one.
exactly. That's it, right? So
Yeah.
simplified.
Yeah.
Unless you made it so complex because with
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
no cities, you are just
Hmm.
creating cities for everything, right?
Yeah.
So this
Right.
comes with practice, you know. Generally, it is okay. You are writing those queries, but you should try to simplify the queries, right? Just
Yeah.
look simple. You can remove the having condition here. Yeah, having condition
Yeah.
here. That's it, right? It's a better query, isn't it?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Last question,
Hmm.
Nachiket. Let's say you have a dimension table, fonts dimension, right?
Okay. Okay.
And it has all the iPhone models, whatever is released till date by Apple.
Hmm.
Okay, you can
Hmm.
maybe put on Excel.
Okay. Sure.
On Excel, you
This
just
one.
create one more table.
Hmm.
Okay, uh, this is fine. This table is fine. We have one more table. Okay,
Hmm.
product dim, something you can call fonts dim, anything is fine, right?
Product. Okay.
Okay, it has all the iPhone models. So it has iPhone 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, all. Just put everything.
Yeah. Sure. iPhone 11, iPhone 12, i13, and
So
i15.
now assume iPhone has only these many five models, 13,
Hmm.
14, 15. You can put 14 as well, right?
Okay.
Well, now assume,
Hmm.
let's say there is a user ID, let's say one, only. This one guy had bought 12, 13, 14 as well.
Hmm.
In your table, you can just add for user ID one, three more lines.
Okay. Over here, right?
In the end also, it is fine.
Okay.
Anywhere you can put. Yeah,
Hmm.
one. And then 12, 13, 14 you can put.
Okay.
That's it. Now, I want users who have bought all the models of iPhone, right?
Hmm.
User ID 1 will qualify in this case,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know how many models are released. It is there in product dim table. You cannot hard code 5. That's what I'm trying to say,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Hmm. Right. Right. I got it.
You have to tell me which users have bought all the models,
Okay.
or addicted to iPhones,
Okay.
right?
So can I write a query for it?
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So I'll take this table as product dim only,
Okay.
uh, and I'll do select uh, from. Is it readable? This font.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
So
Go
this
ahead.
will be phone stable as P1. And since I can be assured that whatever is there in the product dim table, it may or may not be in the phones table. So this table is fixed, the products dimension table that we have. So I can do a simple join also and not be know, product dim as P2. Now if I have to take if I have to map those particular values from the product dimension table to this phones table, I can do on p1 dot uh, iPhone model
Mhm.
equal to p2 dot product name.
What?
Considering this is the same column, or
Okay,
I
fine.
would say
This is fine.
okay,
Yeah, it's okay.
product number.
Uh, uh, Okay.
and this will accordingly will map all the products that are there over here. Okay.
Right.
Now there's another way that again if we have to use a window function in this, and then we can come to a simplification of the problem going ahead.
Okay.
But just to give a large view of this, we can take a count of the product in table.
Mm-hmm.
Product, it will be p2 dot product underscore number and
Mm-hmm.
the entire over. This would give us the total count number. Okay. Now I'm assured that this will give me a return of 5, right? This will return me 5.
You are doing over, right? It will. So how many
Yeah.
rows there when you join? There will be
Oh,
uh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
8 rows. It will give you
8
eight.
rows. Yeah. So I need to partition by user ID,
Okay, fine.
right?
This will give you, yeah,
User
user
count.
ID 1, it will give you 5. For user ID 2, it will give you 1. For user ID 3, it will give you
Hmm.
2. Okay.
Right. So this first thing. And once I'm assured that I get a count of this, I can put this entire query in a CTE. Again, I'm taking a longer route just to get a higher level overview,
Mm-hmm. I
and we
understand you
can
are a
come,
fan of city. Yeah.
yeah, and CTE1 as I will just simply put select
Mm-hmm.
count. This can also be done in a subquery, but cities, as we have learned, that it gives a better and much more readable way for the user. So we can product underscore number from product dim table. Okay. So this will give me as count, total underscore count,
Okay.
total, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
from. Now that simply we have put this, there's another thing that we need to put it in this product dimension table, is that how will we identify, like if we have to join this city1 to city, there's no another parameter from this production dimension table apart from the count that it will return. How are we going to identify this particular condition,
Yeah.
right, Ankit?
Mm-hmm.
So this will again create a problem, or I would say it would create a difficulty for us. So what we can do is that we can simply put the first condition as it is, trying another approach,
Mm-hmm.
and we only want the user IDs, right? So we will put user ID, and since we have used it in the uh, select clause, we will also do a group by user ID. Yeah. So now with this approach, it will give particularly user IDs and their respective count over here. Like
Okay.
1 will be 5, 2 will be 1, 3 will be 2.
You need window functions again here.
No, it's not needed, but yeah, I can remove the where clause since I'm using a group by over here,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
Now, since this will give us and return the entire value as 5, we can another way of put using this would be and having clause drilling down further would
Mm-hmm.
be like count of product number
Mm-hmm.
should match the. Now over here we will write this particular query that we were earlier putting,
Right. This makes
and
perfect sense. Yeah.
yeah, this makes
The
perfect
only
sense.
thing is, I don't think there's a need to join a product name table, but you are saying there can be other products in the fonts table, but I don't think
uh,
it will be the case
okay,
because
okay,
otherwise, I don't think, otherwise it is fine, but I don't think join is required.
okay. So yeah, so just to just for the users who are not comfortable with uh, higher approach, we will just remove this join and the on condition,
Hmm.
and this will accordingly give us the, and in this product count we will use the iPhone underscore model column.
Right. In the count having clause as well, we can change.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. So in this case also, without using joins, we are able to fetch the records.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great. Great. Thanks, Nachiket. I
yeah,
hope
yeah,
you enjoyed the interview. We
yes,
will do
absolutely.
more series. This was just episode 1. We will do in the
Yeah,
future. So we'll need your help in the future to
sure,
have
Ankit, absolutely.
interviews. Okay. Any other learnings you want to say from this interview for the?
Uh, Yes, absolutely. For the users, I mean, who are all watching, I would like to say, like, no matter whoever you are interviewing, right? You always have to be calm, patient, and the 90% of the problem is just solved by listening as to what is the ask, because the
Right.
same ask will be used when the business is asking you in your daily work today activities, and
Right.
that is all you have to concentrate on.
Right. Sometimes we
So,
don't listen to the question properly and then
yeah,
we are confused. Also, I'll give
absolutely.
you a lot of hint. Maybe in the actual interview, you might not get a lot of
Yeah,
it
no one. They
because
will
this is
not.
a mock interview and I wanted to tell the solution as well.
Right.
But the thing is, if you are calm and you think about the problem, you will solve it,
Hmm.
right? If you
Right.
get nervous, it will be a problem, right?
Right. 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 Absolutely, Ankit.
Okay. Thank you. Let's wind up, Nachiket. Have a good
Yeah.
day. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Ankit.